Hey y'all, my name's Caleb. I'm one of the owners of Curmudgeons. Today we're going to talk about the Deluxe Mead Making Kit. What you get with it: you get a gallon-sized glass carboy, a plastic lid for the carboy, a sanitizer packet, size 6.5 drilled stopper, an airlock, graduated cylinder, hydrometer, a packet of T47 yeast, an easy siphon with a 3/8 inch hose, and a packet of Camden tablet and potassium sorbate. Alright, there's going to be a few things that you need to gather yourself. A funnel, if you need help hitting the hole, about 3 pounds of honey, a gallon of filtered or spring water. Do not use distilled or tap water. And you need about 3 standard sized tea bags, whether it be black tea, Earl Grey, or green tea, because you need the tannins. After you get all your equipment together, the first thing you're going to do is read the directions in their entirety so that you make sure that you're not missing anything. Then you're going to sanitize. You get this nice little bag of sanitizer and you mix the whole bag with half a gallon of warm water. You shake it up real good, make sure you get your lid, make sure you get all your equipment, your funnel, if you're going to use it, your hose, everything. That way, no matter what you use, you're ready. You've got everything rinsed, you're going to let everything air dry. Remember, this is one-step sanitizer, so you don't need to rinse it off again, just let it air dry. Take your carboy, flip it over for about an hour or so, then flip it back upright. It's going to dry faster that way. But just know it's going to take a few hours for everything to dry. So either plan ahead or do it the day before. Alright, now that everything's dry and sanitized, you're going to take your spring or your filtered water, not tap water or distilled, and you're going to fill up your kettle and get it to boiling. Then get your tea bags in there and get them to steeping. I use black tea bags. And you're going to want to let those sit and steep for at least 20 minutes. But I'll be honest, I'll let them sit there until it cools off enough for me to put my hand in it. Now you want your tea to cool off to at least 100 degrees or less because you don't want to pasteurize your honey. Alright, now that your tea's done, it's below 100 degrees, you're going to get your funnel. Then you're going to get 3 pounds of honey, which is around 4 cups. And you're going to put it in the carboy. Alright, now that your honey finally drained, it's time to put your tea in. If you used a funnel, it's probably a good idea to pour the tea through the same funnel and rinse the honey down in so that you don't have any waste. Don't be wasteful. Alright. Now it's time to start mixing things. So you're going to take your lid and you're going to very securely put it on the carboy. Very securely. And then you're going to shake it. Get all that honey dissolved. Alright, now you got that all mixed up. Now you're going to start adding your water. You want to make sure that when you get your water in there, you leave some headspace so that any bubbles or anything don't overflow the container. Now you shake it some more. want to make sure this is mixed thoroughly so your specific gravity reading is right. All right, now that you're all mixed up and it's all one homogenized solution, you want to fill your cylinder up, but you want to make sure that you leave space at the top. All right, now that your cylinder's full and you've left some space at the top for your hydrometer to go in it, you're going to get your hydrometer out and you're going to give it a little bath. All right, so you're going to look at your hydrometer scale. You need to be using this one that says beer and wine on it with these wonderful colors. And you're going to look at where your meniscus is. Now that your hydrometer's in there and it's not moving anymore, you need to take your reading. It looks to be about 1.11 or 1.109, and you need to make note of that. You're going to need it when your fermentation finishes to do your equation and know what your alcohol is. So you're going to make note of it. All right, now that I've made note where I'm not going to lose it, I'm going to put this back in. Set those off to the side. Now it's time to put your yeast in. So you got your packet of yeast. I have some pre-measured already. And you're going to put it in. Pitch your yeast. Now you want to put your lid on and give it a quick swirl to get that yeast down in. All right, now that you've pitched your yeast, it's time to get your airlock ready. So you get this two-piece airlock, put it all together, take your lid off, and there's a fill line. You're going to fill it with water to that line, put your lid back on, and it's very important to get a good tight seal in your bung. That way all the gases can get out, but nothing can go in, no wild yeast or anything, and it's going to make sure your flavor stays consistent. All right, I'm going to try and show you where the fill line is. So if you lean it back, you can see it has a line in the plastic. You're going to put that securely in, and then you're going to take it and you're going to set it off out of the sunlight where it can stay a nice consistent room temperature. All right, so you got everything going. It's been a few days. You're going to pull it out. You're going to fill your cylinder up again and check the specific gravity. And be tracking that specific gravity, because that's going to tell you what your alcohol is. Now you can taste it every time you do that to see if it's at the taste that you want it to be at. But you need to let that specific gravity get down close to 1.02, maybe 1.01. But remember, if it gets down to 1.00, it's going to be completely dry and you're going to have to back sweeten at that point. But once your ABV gets to where you want it to be, you're going to take your Campden and your potassium sorbate. You're going to take your Campden tablet out of your little bag. You're going to crush it up between 2 spoons and put it in your carboy. All right, the whole reason for doing this is because when you put it in there, it's going to cause all those yeasts to die off and it's going to stabilize your mead. That way it can't ferment anymore, so it locks it in where you have it. You don't pop corks, so make sure you get those in there when you're ready. Or if you forget about it and let it get down to a 1.0, and it gets dry, it allows you to back sweeten and not cause that to ferment out even more. So make sure you don't forget about that step and make sure you don't lose your Campden and potassium sorbate. All right, that pretty much sums it up. That's a quick, easy way to make a basic mead. And remember, if you make garbage, we make the good stuff. You can visit us online at www.curmudgeonstx.com. Check out our website. You can get more stuff there. Hit that like and subscribe button. And remember, if at first you don't succeed, try doing it the way I told you to.